Hey, so today I was scrolling through X and I seen a video of the BBC saying that they apologized for the way they represented the Palestinian protests. Yeah. So I don't think that the BBC literally apologized. I think they had to buckle under social pressure due to failing to control the narrative. So allegedly there was supposed to be a 10,000 person protest in London, England, and 50,000 people showed up. This is something that's happening in Europe all over, and the Middle East, and a whole bunch of countries around the world are having to recalibrate the way they discuss the Palestinian protests. Now, let's just stop right there. Okay, we know that happened. Now, let's just talk about PR and narrative. From the beginning of this whole situation, there has been an attempt to have a monopoly on the PR and the narrative. Like when the September situation happened back in 2001, there wasn't Twitter, there wasn't social media, there wasn't something that had happened like that up until that time. Today, it's a different beast. Today, what's going on is you have a lot of people going against the narrative and being by default pro-Palestinian on their side. And why? Because there are people that they don't like these Middle Eastern religions. They do not jive at all. What's happening is that because of the cough situation that happened in 2020, people have had their last time they trusted the mainstream media. People are not talking about Ukraine no more. Not because they don't care about the Ukrainians, but because a lot of people instantly went pro-Russia just because they've been lied to so much by their mainstream media. In order for resolution, in order for punishment, in order for the justice on both ends, there has to be public support and public favor. It was easy to get people to unite on that Roger Zelensky guy, but they are not having an easy go this time supporting Bibi. He is rubbing a lot of different people in different aisles on different spectrums the wrong way. You have also, in this whole PR narrative battle, you have people that just simply are anti-war. And then there's that side where they're just like, yeah, they're not gonna be, you're not gonna talk people into, you're not gonna pull their heartstrings. There's no way in 2023 you can just easily sway people. But I will admit that I would say about 65% of people literally watch the news and believe it. It's still a thing. I've preached on this channel before. I've talked that people are done with the mainstream media. I was sadly mistaken. The mainstream media does hit, like it does hit the masses, but a lot of people do believe in their propaganda and their narratives that they try to spin. When it comes to the narrative and these issues, you really have to think supernaturally that how can, when this, like just straight observer mode, you see Group A, Group B. Group B attacks Group A. Group A should be the victims. Group A should be praised and accepted and rallied behind for issuing justice on Group B. But this time, that's not happening. That's not the vibe. That's not the feel that people are having. Right now, the vibe is, hey, there's these protests. Why is that happening? To, oh shit, there's a lot of people at these protests. To, oh shit, like, this is bad. To the BBC coming out and apologizing for what they said about the protests. If you looked at anything with Andrew Tate or any of these guys, the BBC are the biggest snakes on the planet. So I don't even know how they change the narrative on this. I don't even know, like, if I was like the king of a country, I don't even know how the heck you would get this shit contained. But you know, that's their problem. So all I want to say is that in the last I think it's been 7 days since it happened, plus 3, so we're like about day 10 of this whole conflict, and it's already looking like a disaster for the government and the authority. Different countries are coming out and screwing up shit for the country that's affected. A lot of weird countries like Colombia, Ireland, Spain are all calling for war crimes against humanity, and the whole genocide thing. And people are pissed. And this is exactly what the country in the Middle East doesn't want happening right now. These are highly sensitive people, and any criticism is straight, oh, you hate their religion. So, you know, 6 months ago, you would see Brett Weinstein and these guys complain, anti-Semitism is at an all-time high. Go look at Twitter now. Go look at Twitter now to how much of a shit show Twitter has become. I also will say that some of the shit on there I'm looking at and I'm just thinking, man, this social media, either you can look at it two ways. Either you can look at it like, okay, they're doing this because they want to make money. It's a profit incentive for Twitter to be showing this stuff. Or there's social engineering, and they're trying to show images in the feed to screw up your psyche. So I always keep that in mind too, that the spirit doesn't need to see all this death. I'm not saying to run away from not seeing it, but this comes with a price. And this is, for lack of better words, this is a spiritual affair. So there's so many different angles to this, but if you get anything out of this, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.